Hey guys, welcome to another Captain Tsubasa World Fighters video. Today I just wanted to talk a little bit about the characters. The amount of characters that they stated was 110. When Captain Tsubasa World Fighters announced it, that it would have 110 characters, I honestly was confused because Rising New Champions had way more than that. When you actually look at the game, every team has the 11 starters, and then they have the reserves. So I wasn't too sure what they meant. So I started wondering, did they cut the roster, or are they counting differently? So when you think about Rising New Champions for a second, every team has, like I stated, 11 starters, plus 5 to 8 bench players. So that's around 16 to 19 per team. I know Japan has way more than that. And the game has 11 national teams and 10 middle school teams. I actually went back and played the game to count it. So that's about 21 teams. So if Rising New Champions, if World Fighters is bragging about having 22 national teams, it will only matter if they also include the middle school team, right? Because now that's double of what we had before. We had 11, now we have 22. And if we still have the middle school teams, plus those characters, which they don't change. Tsubasa is always Tsubasa, no matter if he was the World Challenge one or if he was the middle school one. They'll still the same Tsubasa character. So if they are going to keep the middle school team and they're adding on, it's going to be a massive game. It's going to be 10 middle school teams, 22 national teams. So that would be a total of 32, I think. So let's lowball and say that each team only has 17 players, just for the hell of it. So that's 21 times 17. That's about 357 characters. That's what Rising New Champions had. So, that's before the DLCs and everything else they added, the extra stories and all that stuff. So realistically, Rising New Champions sits around 300 to 400 players. So how in the world does the new game only have 110? That's the question I was asking myself, and I'm sure some of you guys asked the same question. Maybe you guys already know, because that number makes no sense, right? Because unless they're only counting certain characters and not the full squad, then it hit me. I was like, wait a minute. So are they only counting star players? So let me explain. The Rising New Champions star players are basically characters with friend cards. Named, unique characters you can recruit, assign. Just those characters you meet during the new hero storyline that you can train with. Not the random defenders on the bench. Not Arthur from Brazil. Or any other player that you can think of. Or Miranda. I think his name is Miranda from Uruguay, the goalkeeper. Not the generic teammates, which is good to have those guys, right? Because it makes the game feel more alive. But only the important anime characters. I think those are the ones they're referring to. So then I did a little digging. So I went through the entire game. I counted every single friendship and star character. And here's what I got, the actual number. So Japan has 30 characters. 30 star characters. 30. And if I'm wrong, please someone correct me. But this is the number I came up with. It's Tsubasa, Hyuga, Wakabayashi, Misaki, Misugi, Matsuyama, Ishisaki, Murisaki, Takasuki, Isawa, Taki, Kisugi, Wakashimatsu, Suwada, Suramachi, Oda, Honda, Sanada, Ininoshi, I don't know if I'm pronouncing any wrong, Jito, Sano, the Tachibana twins, Soda, Sasaki, Ishida, Nita, Urabe, Kishida, Nakayama, and Nishio. I think I did pretty good. So that's 30 characters. And this is not counting the DLCs. Just remember, I'm not counting the DLCs right now for Japan. For Germany, we have 6. Or at least I came up with 6. Snyder, Klotz, that's how you pronounce his name. Moeller, Mongus, I think it's with a G, Margus. Chester, and Hein, the original character. And Brazil have 4. Alberto, Leo, Carlos, Barra, Kenzinho, the goalkeeper. And France had 3. Napoleon, Pierre, and Jean. Netherlands has 6. Clivort, Kilsman, Kaiser, Lenzenblick, Dirk, and Dolman. Italy has 2. Hernandez and Rusiano. England has 1. Robson. Argentina has 3. They have Diaz, Pascal, Galvin. Uruguay has 1. Victorino. Senegal has 2. Senghor and Dalio. The U.S. has 3. Ortiz, Martinez, and Aswan. And then the DLC introduces 8 characters. Levin, Jongong, Pepe, Buckneck, Espada, Hino, Aoi, and I'm pronouncing that wrong. Nakanishi. There you go. So that comes with a total, when you add it all together, is 69 star players. So let me break that down. Okay, so that's about, if we add those characters, it's somewhere between 350 plus, but only, that's 350 plus everybody if you count the minor characters, like the authors of the world or the Mirandas. But then the important characters only, I could be off a little bit, so if I am, please someone let me know on the bottom. So that's 69 important characters. And World Fighters is confirming to have 110 playable characters, right? But it has more than that. If you count the minor characters, I believe that they're going to add the middle school teams. It would make no sense to remove content that's already in there. So if they keep all that, you're looking at something between 400 to 500 characters, including the NPCs, not the NPCs, the minor characters. So they're not shrinking the roster. They're actually giving us more. They're giving us about 40 more compared to what Rise of the Champions have. So we're getting about around 40 more new characters. And that's not even including the DLCs that they'll give us in the future. And usually it seems like the DLCs they give us is a stepping stone to the next story. That's what it happened with Rise of the Champions. Now we know when they give us the DLCs, we can expect something else if they go that route. So instead of the full 18-man squad, World Fighter is probably focusing on the captains, the rivals, the aces, fan favorites. Basically, just the cast that everyone is familiar with from the manga, not those minor guys. And this doesn't include, so if we think about it, the 40 characters, that can include original characters, right? We're going to have a lot of original characters if they introduce Portugal, because they spoke about that midfielder. So honestly, that means that more unique movesets. They had said 100. Wait, well, how much movesets they said? It was around. There's a couple of movesets. I'll post it here on my video. But better animation and just better characters. So in conclusion, guys, and I'm sorry it's loud here, my birds. So 110 characters isn't small. It's actually the largest star roster the series ever had, and it depends how you count it. But if you like this, if you like the breakdown, guys, just like the video, subscribe, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think. If I got it wrong, did I miss a character? Was it more than the number I gave you? And if you want more Captain Tsubasa Rising of the Champions, just continue to keep your notifications on. I'm going to try to post as much as I can. Anyways, guys, thank you, and I'll catch you on the next one.